Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Demi's Divinations. Today I thought it would be maybe a little bit fun to just share, I guess, like my spiritual journey. I don't want to sound like a woo-woo person and be like, oh, my like Zen spiritual journey. Like, no, definitely has not been all Zen. But I thought it would be fun to maybe just share my journey thus far with like how I got into spiritual stuff and how that kind of developed. And this is kind of a topic that gets a lot of criticism. A lot of people don't take it seriously. I feel like people either, are really, really against talking about, spiritual, metaphysical kind of stuff, or they're, into it, which I totally understand. I'm even skeptical sometimes, and I've been, meditating and doing that whole thing for about 7 years now. But I don't know, I thought it would be fun to maybe just share a little bit of my journey for you guys. So let me think back. I believe I was in high school when I really started to get into the spiritual stuff. When I was a little kid, I was kind of into it. My mom has always been really spiritual, and I've always, been drawn to the kind of things that she likes, like crystals and meditating and sound bowls and all that kind of stuff. I was always kind of that like weird kid of like our friend group that was like into all that stuff, like wanted to play with Ouija boards, which I do not recommend you do not play with those. Those things are actually really scary. But that was like the things that I've always like really been interested in. And I didn't actually start, taking it seriously until maybe I think my sophomore year of high school, and I really got interested in astrology. And so I used to bring my astrology book to school, and all my friends and I would read it together, and we would predict like what was going to happen that year, like who was, we would predict like our relationships, who we would marry, like what sign they would be. We would predict like our careers. Like it was just fun to like read up on those kinds of things. So I started out really interested in astrology, and then I got into meditating and just like meditation practice when my mom met Marissa Morris, who is my teacher, my spiritual teacher, I would say, and she has changed my life. But when my mom met Marissa and started going to her Wednesday night meditation classes, I was like so in love. I was so hooked. I had to go. I was like the youngest person in the class. Everyone was like 40s, 50s, 6 years old. I was 16 the first time I took a class, and I remember her being like, I don't know if your daughter should be here. But I was like, no, like I just have to be here. I love this. Like this is just what I want to do. And I think she quickly realized like how passionate I was. And I mean, not to like brag or anything, I'm just kidding. But I could like keep up a little bit. Like the meditations were really hefty and intense, and it was like 2-3 hours of like really getting into it. But like I was just so interested. I like loved it. Like anything from like chakras to meridians to like psychic readings to like healing your physical body, Reiki, all of that. I wanted to go so bad and learn as much as I could. And I think that's what really has made, the difference in my meditation practice is just, my ability to really want to learn and, to just admit that we don't have all the answers and we don't need to know all the answers, and it's never going to be this like perfect, beautiful straight line of like Zen. Like there's no destination point, I think, in life. I think for me, really, like me wanting to develop my spirituality and, my, psychological health and that whole thing, for me, it's just, I want to feel good on a daily basis, and I want to take care of myself on a daily basis, and I want to build those habits and just continue to get to know like who I am, the kind of person that I am, what I want to do with this life. There's no, like, oh, once I, get into this perfect relationship with like my dream guy or girl, like then I'll be happier. Oh, once I get this job, then I'll be happy. Like no. Like I've been really doing this and like building and really studying and putting in the work for 7 years, and let me tell you, like it's had its highs and it's had its lows, and it's not a perfect, road to success. Every day you're learning something new about yourself, and I think the takeaway is just forget about the future. Forget about, oh, I'm going to be happy when this happens. Oh, I'll finally be zen when like this happens. Like, no. We only have this time. We only have right now. We only have the present. And if you can just try to, just be happy in this moment. And whatever this moment is for you, just focus on that. Don't worry about the future, and don't, reminisce on the past and feel guilty about the past or angry about the past. Like, we really only have this time. And I think the key is just to enjoy every moment of life. And that, of course, that's not, always easy. But I think for me, it's just been, a daily dedication of keeping myself accountable and really wanting to just set aside time to meditate and to journal and to like heal different things, in me that I want to let go of. Like, part of, honestly, my meditation, it's not like this crazy, out of this world, like, kind of thing. It's honestly just your brain. Like, using your brain, using your thoughts, using your mind, like, changing a lot of, like, subconscious beliefs and changing the way that we feel about ourselves, and, changing negative thought patterns, trying to develop like healthier, better relationships, cutting or, getting rid of old negative habits. Like, a lot of it is using your brain. It's, not this like crazy outlandish thing, which I think is like the thing that scares people the most about spirituality, is like, oh, you have to like go on these like fast meditations, travel out of your body to Mars, and like no, definitely not. Like, we are honestly using our body and our mind, and we're doing the best we can. And I think for me personally, like, if I didn't have meditation, if I didn't have my meditation groups that I go to on a weekly basis, if I didn't have Marissa, if I didn't have any of these things, honestly, I don't even know the kind of person I would be. Like, because life is difficult sometimes. I think we can all attest to that. And I think for me, what keeps me happy and what keeps me, hopeful for the future, what makes me have a vision for the future, what makes me, be excited about life, is that I can, I have the power to heal myself. I can, control my reality, and I truly can, make myself happy. I don't need to go seek out validation from another person. I don't need to seek out, all these external things, because everything within me that I want to heal, I have it within me. I think that's like the most beautiful thing I've learned about developing your spirituality, is you truly have everything you need inside of you. You have the answers inside of you. It's just a matter of like digging away, bit by bit, piece by piece, every day. And there's no destination. There's no like, oh, in 10 years when I have this life and this car, this blah, 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 then I'll be happy. Like, if you could just dedicate 30 minutes every day to just really try to get to know who you are, meditate, ground yourself, really just try to get to know who you are and heal, things that you want to heal inside of yourself. Day by day, you'll see your life change, your perspective will change, your relationships will change. I feel like everything will change in like a way that you never expected. And so, yeah, that was a little bit of my journey. I'm only 22. I have a long way to go. I have a lot to learn, but for me, this stuff is just fun. This stuff is like, I love just getting to know myself. I love exploring who I am. I love knowing, that we are really powerful, and we, we can heal ourselves. We don't need to like go seek out all these things outside of us, and I think that's so amazing. So thank you for listening. Sorry, that was like a huge rant. I hope it made sense. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!